points. Okay. Okay. Now we would like to change our points. Uh, Points means there is the announcer setups. Okay. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It's me, Michael Cesare Santa. I'm here with you. Okay. Now you can see what we are roasting Almas Jacobs in which topics. Well, in the topic here is my third live streaming, and now I am going to have an open letter for Asif Munir. Okay? Dear Asif Munir, I know you are the best field marshal of your Pakistani army, and none of the recent general can match with you. Well, as we know that you are, well, as we know, you are from the any madrasa of Pakistan. That means you are the pride of our Pakistan, Pakistani madrasa. But the problem that here is a country, here is an YouTuber of your country. Well, the YouTuber name is Alma Jacob, and the channel name is Fact Alma Jacob Live. Could you tell me the meaning of the numbers? Well, it would be like a spam. Okay. Now, here we would like to say, here we have some points. Well, now let's see what is Alma Jacob points. Well, dear Asif Munir, the Honorable Prime Minister of Apple guys, Honorable Field Marshal of the Pakistani Army, just for 2 minutes. Oh, shukran. Okay, brothers, West Bengal brothers, love you. Well, dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, well, you know that you are supportive for your Pakistani education. But in here, a YouTuber of your country says some nonsense about the cosmic science or the physics educations about the space. Well, and she's Alma Jacob, and now I will tell you what Alma Jacob had said, some nonsense. I will tell you in the points. Okay? Now here we can see what is the points. But here I have a problem. So the problem is I have to stream our live by data because my Wi-Fi router has been off. Okay. Now I would. Okay. Now let's see it. What Alma Jacob said.
जमीन बहुत तेजी से घूमना शुरू हो गई है, जिसकी वजह से टाइम तेजी से गुजरता चला जा रहा है। हम साइंस के ऊपर तो बिलीव ही नहीं करते, तो हम खुदा के कलाम में से देख लेते हैं। तो खुदा के कलाम में प्रोफेसी की गई थी, यीशु मसीह ने फरमाया कि अंत के दिनों में यीशु मसीह के वापस आने से पहले बरगुज़ीदों की खातिर दिन घटाए जाएंगे, और अगर दिन घटाए ना जाते तो कोई बंदा बशर ना बचता। तो जनाब, इस तरह की वीडियोस आपको सोशल मीडिया के ऊपर बहुत सारी देखने को मिल रही होंगी कि जमीन तेजी से घूमना शुरू हो गई, इसकी वजह से दिन छोटे हो गए। जी नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। क्या है हकीकत, और इस कलाम को कोट किया जाता है, वर्ड्स को कोट किया जाता है, इसका असल मतलब क्या है, वो आज की वीडियो में आपको बताने वाला हूँ। जमीन के तेज तेज घूमने से क्या टाइम तेजी से गुजर रहा है? तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। आप नोट करें कि आपकी घड़ी के अंदर अगर 24 घंटे का एक दिन होता है तो दिन में घंटे कम नहीं हो रहे हैं, 24 घंटे का ही दिन है। और अगर हम ये देखें कि जमीन की स्पीड तेज हो जाने से क्या हमारी जो घड़ी है उसकी भी स्पीड तेज हो जाती है? क्या हमारी घड़ी की स्पीड जो है वो जमीन की रोटेशन की स्पीड के ऊपर है? तो जी नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। नो, द क्लॉक डज नॉट वर्क एट द अर्थ्स रोटेशनल स्पीड, जिसका मतलब यह है कि जमीन चाहे जितनी मर्जी तेजी से घूमे, घड़ी के ऊपर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है, क्योंकि ये एक एल्गोरिदम को फॉलो करती है, एक खास स्पीड को फॉलो करती है। पूरी दुनिया के अंदर जितनी भी क्लॉक्स हैं वो सब की सब जमीन की रोटेशन स्पीड पर नहीं चलती हैं, बल्कि एक खास स्पीड है जिसके ऊपर ये सारी क्लॉक्स घूम रही हैं। तो जिसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर जमीन तेजी से घूम रही है और दिन छोटे हो रहे।
Okay, now here is my points. Well, now let's go the main points of it.
कि दिन घटाए जाएंगे, इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब मैं आगे चलकर आपको बताता हूँ, लेकिन उससे पहले मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूँ, अगर आप बाइबल के स्टूडेंट हैं, अगर आप खुदा के कलाम को पढ़ने वाले हैं, अगर आप खुद को मसीही कहते हैं, तो हम साइंस की इस थ्योरी के ऊपर बिलीव ही नहीं करते कि जमीन जो है वो सूरज के गिर्द घूमती है। ये हीलियोसेंट्रिज्म है। हीलियोसेंट्रिज्म के अंदर कहा जाता है कि सूरज दरमियान में है और जो जमीन और बाकी सियारे हैं वो सारे सूरज के गिर्द घूमते हैं। ये साइंस कहती है इसके बारे में, जबकि खुदा के कलाम के मुताबिक हमें जियोसेंट्रिज्म मानना चाहिए। उसकी रीजन ये है कि खुदा का कलाम कहता है कि जमीन के गिर्द ये सब कुछ घूमते हैं, सूरज, चांद, सितारे। और आप नोट करें कि अगर आप ये सोचते हैं कि जमीन घूम रही है, तो मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ, ये शायद आपके लिए शॉकिंग हो, जमीन बिल्कुल भी नहीं घूम रही है, क्योंकि जमीन अपनी जगह पर साकिन है, बाकी सारी चीजें उसके चौगिर्द घूमती हैं। इसके सबूत के तौर पर हम पैदाइश की किताब पहले बाब में
Okay, and I think here we can have in this timestamp, I think we have our timing points. Well, here I can have just 2 minutes. Well, here we can have the point. Well, I can say here we can have just 2 minutes. Well, now, dear Asif Munir, you have seen the points where Almas Jacob says some nonsense about our education, about physics, particularly the educations about the solar systems. Well, okay, and here we know that just for 2 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, here we know that our in our solar system, sun, the star is centers, and every points are every planets orbits around the sun, the star. Well, every or even our here we can say Earth is a planet. She is or she orbits around our star. Well, she can orbit around our star. And what is our the points? Well, our points is that we can say star is heavier than the Earth. Now, let me tell you about some things. Well, as we study in Pakistani madrasa or Bangladeshi madrasa, we know that in our solar system, every planet orbits around the Earth. Well, our madrasa teacher teach us that every planets orbit around the Earth. Well, and I know that here is a point just for 2 minutes. Okay. Now we can say that in a Pakistani army, approximately 5,60,000 soldiers are active in Pakistani army. But according with Almas Jacob, well, 5,59,990 Pakistani soldiers, active soldiers, would be class 3 failed, and the rest of 10 Pakistani soldiers can be from England, America, and Israel according with their 20 years study life. Now, well, why am I saying the probable myth? Okay. Oh. Well, let's have the points to tell you. Well, okay, here I have just 2 minutes points. Well, I have to have Islamic reply. Okay. Now let's have our Islamic reply. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Isa ibnullah. Ashhadu anna Isa ibnullah. La ilaha salah, la ilaha salah, la ilaha falah, la ilaha falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Okay. Now, here is our points. Well, when Alma Jacob started her YouTube career, that is 2016. In that point, Alma Jacob started to expose some celebrities as the member of the Illuminati or the puppet of the Illuminati. Well, they have exposed Michael Jackson as an Illuminati member. They have exposed Bill Gates as an Illuminati member. They have exposed Donald Trump as an Illuminati member. Well, they have exposed DC superhero actors as an Illuminati members. Well, perhaps they would have exposed Gal Gadot and Christian Bale and Henry Cavill as Illuminati members. It was the journey of Alma Jacob. Well, some I know that here this is the new batch of your Pakistani army. I would appreciate it. Okay. Well, from 2006 to 2025, it is the 9 years. Well, Almas Jacob was studying her Christian education. Well, Almas Jacob has complete on her Christian education. Well, some of the follower of Almas Jacob is not Christians, but still they support Alma Jacob. Well, as an effect that the Pakistani Muslim followers of Alma Jacob lose containing their quality of education is being decreased minute by minute. Okay. Now, why would I say that their education is decreased minute by minute? Here is our points. Well, their education was decreased in minute by minute, and some of the Muslim followers of Alma Jacob, I mean the Muslim supporters of Alma Jacob, perhaps in your our Pakistani, our honorable Pakistani army. Well, and what is their points? Well, their points is that 36. Well, now let's have the topics. Well, at the last time, I would say the overall points about Alma Jacob. Okay. Now let's focus on the points. And as we can say, and here we can say what is the magic. Well, when they would learn, some of them would learn everything of our Pakistan, of our YouTubers, the Pakistani YouTubers. They have a same mentality like Almas Jacob. Since they have would have same mentality like Alma Jacob, it is our different points. Well, and the dangerous point is that we can say perhaps every Pakistani soldiers with the age below to Almas Jacob would know our Earth solar system is actually geocentric. Geocentric. Well, but we know that as we are students of Pakistani madrasa, we are students of Bangladeshi madrasa. We Muslims know that our solar system is heliocentric and not geocentric. Well, now let me tell you that what if our solar system would be a geocentric, and you would not believe that is a dangerous point, that why we should not believe that our solar system would be a geocentric. Here we can have a points. Just for 1 minute. Okay. Well, uh, this is Alma Jacob Christian Biblical Solar Systems. And now I would like to say what is the problem in Christian Bible solar systems that was heliocentric, that was geocentric. Well, according with geocentric, we have problems. I mean, we have dangerous problems that we cannot fix it as soon as possible. Okay, now let me share the points. Well, the weight of Mars planet is accordance with the 6.42 into 10 to the power 23 kilograms. That is almost the 10% of Earth mass. Okay, and now it is not just a problem, but now let me see what would be the dangerous problem for the points. Okay, well, the weight of sun, the star, is approximately 2 into 10 to the power 30 kilograms. That is equivalent to about 3 lakh 33,000 Earths. Okay, and now why our science said that? Okay, let me check. Well, here is our Earth planet weights. That is 5.972 into 10 to the power 24 kilograms. Okay, and well, now here is our points. Okay, dear Asif Munir, as you are you were a student of Pakistani madrasa, and I am a student of Bangladeshi madrasa or Bangladeshi Muslim schools. Well, we know that our accordance with our Earth planet, well, accordance with our Earth planet, here we get a points, and the points is that Earth is the weight of Earth is approximately 6 into 10 to the power 24 kilograms, and well, here we can have a points, but the problem is here. The problem is the weight of sun is 2 into 10 to the power 30. Okay. Now let me say that what is the meaning of 2E30. 2 into 10 to the power 30 means 20 into 10 to the power 29 times. Okay. Now let's divide 20 into 10 to the power 29 by, well, 6 into 10 to the power 24. And what is the result? Well, the result is almost 3,33,000 times. Okay. And now let me assume myself as a weight, ancient weight comparer. Well, in my left, as I am the ancient weight lifter. Well, my left side is, as you can see, my left side is containing the sun and right side is containing the earth. Well, as I am a weightlifting, I can say that earth, if I am balancing the weight between the sun and the earth, well, left side I have one sun, the star, hence right side I would have 3,33,000 earth. Well, if I would contain only one earth on the right side, then the point is that I, the weightlifter, medieval weightlifter, would on the side of sun. Here is the points. Well, as we are students of madrasa, so well, dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, as you are the honorable you were the student of Pakistani madrasa or Pakistani Islamic school. Well, and I am the students of Bangladeshi madrasa or Bangladeshi Islamic school. Both of you and me know that accordance with the gravitational law of Isaac Newton's accordance with the gravitational law of Isaac Newton's, in the space the two objects would attract each other well, their gravitational force is the varies of the multiply application between the weight of these two objects and division by distance square between the center of the two objects. Okay. Here we can see the two objects we can have points. But now here we go. Well, as a Newton gravitational effects, you and me know that if one object would be heavier and another object would be lighter, well, the lighter object would attract to heavier object. Well, okay. Now here we can see everything is okay. Yes. And now we can see here is the points. Well, the points is that sun weight is 2 into 10 to the power 30 kilograms and the earth weight is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kilograms. Well, accordance with Newton gravitational law, we know that earth would orbit around the sun. Well, And you can see that every planet so would orbit around the sun because their weight is 2 into 10 to the power 27, 6 into 10 to the power 27, 5 into 10 to the power 26. Here is several points. While Earth weight is 6 into 10 to the power 24. Well, and now I would like to say, here we can say that is 2 Earth. Well, and now let me say clearly. Well, accordance with Isaac Newton gravitational law, here it is clear that when my weight is 60 kilograms and Alma Jacob containing weight is 120 kilograms, and here we can see one according with Newton gravitational law. Well, I can orbit around Alma Jacob. Okay, and well, and you can see here is the beautiful way of our gravitational law. Well, everybody we know that here is the system of the gravitational law, but recently in the time stamp of 1 minute 44 seconds, Alma Jacob says that she does not believe in science. Okay. Well, and here is the insult of Pakistani educations, particularly the educational qualifications of the every Pakistani army soldiers who were in Pakistani army. Well, as some particular research, we know that if you have to join a Pakistani army, first of all, that you have to be dear Asif Munir, you are the Field Marshal of Pakistani Army. Well, we know that if a person want to join in Pakistani Army, the first condition is that he would be citizen by birth of Pakistan. Well, for demonstrations, Michael Johanna, born in Karachi, in 1992. That means Michael Johanna can be a citizen of Pakistani army. Well, Pakistani army is an Islamic army, so we have to be Muslim citizen of Pakistan by birth. Well, we have fulfilled the points. Okay. the second point is that we have to be qualified as a intermediate, or we have to be qualified as a intermediate exams. Well, we have to be qualified as an intermediate exams. Well, the best priority would be that if we can be graduated in Bachelor of Science or Masters of Science, then here is a priority that we Pakistani would be the army soldiers of the Pakistani army as a best priority. Well, and here Almas Jacob can create the problems, and the problem is that in since both of you and me were students of our country Islamic school or our country madrasas, well, we know that according with Isaac Newton gravitational law, science has a significant points. Well, as science has a significant points, here we can see Earth would orbit around the Sun. But according with Almas Jacob religious school, well, Almas Jacob believes and says that, well, in our solar system, Sun, the star, would orbit around the Earth planet. And here is the actual problem we are facing. Well, we are facing here as an actual problems. Okay? And now, well, here is our facing points. Okay. Now, according with Elon Musk, some Homo sapiens would be citizen of the Mars planet. Then our question is, when some of human can be citizen of Mars planet after 10 years later, well, why? According with Almas Jacob biblical solar system, well, if there can be a geocentric solar system, why cannot there be a Mars-centric solar system? Well, because Almas Jacob live in Earth, well, I don't know which Earth Almas Jacob live in, but let us believe that Almas Jacob would live in the human Earth. Okay. Now, where is our points? Alhamdulillah, it is almost 39 minutes live stream. Okay. According Mars, it is the Mars planet of the Earth. Well, according to Alma Jacob Christian solar system theory, well, Alma Jacob could say the Jews, there can be a Jew-centric solar system just because we human living in Earth, and we can see that sun, the star rise from the east and the fall. We can see sunrise on the east and sunset on the west. We have seen that. Hence, Alma Jacob said that geocentric solar system Alma Jacob believed. But the but let me say about the problems. Well, now let me say about the problems. Well, the problem is that, well, Alma, there would not be any humans who can live in Earth. Perhaps the human can live in the Mars planet. Even human can live in the a satellite of Saturn planet where we human can live as we live in Earth. Okay, and now our question is, we Christians can live in Earth. We Christians are living Earth. Hence, accordance with Elon Musk, we Christian can live in the Mars planet. So, accordance with Alma Jacob, why not there is a Mars-centric, Mars-centric planets? Why not there exist? And our answer is, well, there is one scientific solar system, and that is heliocentric solar systems. And now, here we go. Well, orbital equations of physics. Well, now here we can say what is the orbitations of here we can say what is orbitals. Okay. Between Sun and any planet of solar system. Now, we don't know that what is the equations of Alma Jacob, we don't know. Well, let me tell you some things. Okay. Here, Kepler law. Now, here we go. We are going to have a points. Well, okay, just for a moment, let me check. Okay, now I think that there is the Gemini points. Okay. Well, here talk. And now we can say here is a point. Just wait for some moments. Well, I have downloaded on ChatGPT. Okay. Well, here I can download of ChatGPT. Aim is okay. And now here we can say, well, the orbital space of V is well, just 2 minutes. Okay. Now here I can say what is the points when I can say that Earth can orbit around the Sun. Here is our scientific points. Well, larger capital M is Earth weight of Sun, and the small m is weight of Earth, and we know here is a velocity of the well Earth planets. Here is our points. Okay. And now, well, here our points is clear. But okay. But now let me see what is the point of Alma Jacob that our Alma Jacob say Earth is okay. Well, Alma Jacob say Earth is the planet for us. I mean, okay. Accordance with us, just for 2 minutes. Well, accordance with Almas Jacob, Earth is a statue of liberty, and Earth cannot orbit around the Sun. Earth is cannot orbit. Earth is a statue of liberty. Well, and what is the points of Alma Jacob? Well, the points of Alma Jacob is how God create Earth in solar system in 7 days. Where we can see that in day number 1, God established day and night. Well, as I and you, the Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, as a student of Islamic school or madrasa of our own universities, our own countries, we know that what is day? What is daytime in the day? Daytime in the day is just a presence of light. Well, in the presence of light. When as a night times, it is and what is night? Night is the absence of light. Okay. Well, okay. Now you can see that. Well, here I can explain times. Hence I would okay. Well, and as my explanations, here we can see what is our points. Okay, our points is well. Here we can see day times God day one God established the day and night. They separate the day and nights. Okay. Now, according to science, we know that in our planets, day times means at times where star system starlight from the star system is appearance on our planets. Okay, as a particularly as a experimental time, well, I can explain it. So, in my house, here we can see, technically we can say, I am living in a day. But as a corridor, the back of, as a corridor we can see, here is the absence of day, absence of lights. Well, I mean there is an absence of photons. Okay? Hence, we can technically say there is a night. In the corridors and in the rooms, here is a day. Well, okay. In day one, God created lights and separate lights from the darkness. Well, the Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, as we can say, well, when they are in area, we can say there are sometimes only night times because there is a dark points. What is the dark? Dark is not. What is the dark? Means darkness is nothing, just but just an absence of light. According with our science. Well, we know that because you and me are student of our National Islamic School or our National Madrasa. Well, we know that what is the definitions of darkness. Well, here we can see, but let's say it clearly. Then at day 3, well, we can say God created lands and sea and orders lands to be vegetarians, including plant and tree. Well, that is okay. But as a research of Almas Jacob, well, here is a problem that what is written in day 4. The control, well, here is a conflict between the day 1 information and day 4 information. According with day 4, God created sun and moon and another stars God created. That means Almas Jacob accept moons as a star, not as satellites. Well, and here we can say, well, here is a problems about us. Well, I would be private in the points because I am feeling illness in the several times. Well, and now here when according with Almas Jacob, when in day 4 God created a sun and earth, sun, moon, and another stars. God created in day 4. Well, in day 1, when God established day and light, and what was the source of day and night, and what was the source of light and darkness? Here's no clearance. It is the nonsense types of Almas Jacob stories. And here we can see, well, that is the largest thread. We can see that. Okay. Now let me see what was written in social the reason of heliocentric solar systems. Well, according with Alma Jacob, the heliocentric solar systems, the reason of heliocentric solar system is just a social media. Okay, that means according with Alma Jacob, satanic social media, YouTube, Facebook existed in the period of Isaac Newton and Charles Darwin. According with Alma Jacob, because Alma Jacob said that social media spread us that social media spread that so our solar system is heliocentric, while every great scientist believed that our solar system was geocentric. Well, here is the statement of Alma Jacob. Well, when you would, dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, as your age is 40 years, well, now it is the calendar of 2025. Perhaps in 1985 you would born in the calendar of 1985, and in 1985, well, here we can, in 1985 to 1995, in Pakistan there was no computer exist in Pakistan from the calendar of 1985 to the calendar of 1995. But still, dear Asif Munir, but still, dear Asif Munir, just 2 minutes. Okay. You know that our solar system is geocentric. As you study it, science, you know that our solar system is heliocentric. Sun, the star is the center, and every planet, including the Earth planet, is orbiting around the sun. That means our solar system is heliocentric, as you have studied in 1985 to 1995. While in that 10 years, computer did not exist in our computer did not exist in the Pakistan. Well, And what about me? Well, I am the students of Islamic school since the calendar of 2000 to calendar of 2012 as a school life, calendar of 2012 to calendar of 2014 as a college life, and as a university life. I am a student of Islamic University in the calendar of 2014 to the calendar of 2022. Well, and in the dark times, we know, well, as we can say, the calendar of 2000 to calendar of 2012, here is a probable points. If here was the well, here was the points when calendar of 2000. Here was the era while we can say. Well, here was the era while calendars of 2022 or calendar of 2000. If you have computers like okay, just have a moment. I did not have any computers in from the calendar of 2000 to the calendar of 2014 because in the calendar of 2000 to the calendar of 2012 as my school life, when you are students of, when you have computers, that means you are in a class, your family is in a class of elite class. Okay. And when if I would get any laptops or any computer that can exist in sometimes 2012 or sometimes containing Windows Vista or Windows 2000s, that means I am a rich kid in that points. Here was the points when, and in that times, I mean 2016, in 2006, social media invented in Americans, where only Americans could use social medias. Okay. Well, American could use social media is our points. When American could use social medias, but we could not use the social media. And suddenly, if any school students were user of social media like Facebook, YouTube, that means he is a rich kid in our school life. Well, he is a special boy. And particularly, we could say that that was the reality we had to face. Okay. And in 2000. Well, in 2012 to 2014, still, well, social media is only for rich kids in our college life. But what Alma Jacob said? Well, Alma Jacob said that according with we know the heliocentric solar system only the cause of the social media. Okay. And I know perhaps dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, well, you would not believe that. What? You would not believe that Almas Jacob, an YouTuber of your country, could say like that. Okay. But that was true. And I think that was a harsh truth we can face. Okay? Well, I would say personally, in the points, okay. Well, now Dhaka, Dhaka jet crash details you misleads. Well, now I would skip the point. So this is only this video is only for Bengali. But now the points here I would say it in English. Okay. Well, now let me see what is the dangerous points. Okay. Okay, here we can see. Well, you can see that what was the points.
जमीन के ऊपर यानी कि पानी था सारा जमीन के ऊपर। आप नोट कर रहे हैं इस चीज को कि खुदा ने जमीन और आसमान को जब तख्लीक किया तो पहले जमीन को बनाया, उसके बाद सूरज चांद सितारे चौथे दिन जाकर बनाए हैं। जबकि आप साइंस के मुताबिक देखेंगे तो वो आपको यही कहेंगे कि बिग बैंग हुआ, एक तबाहकुन एक ब्लास्ट हुआ और उसके बाद जो है वो सूरज बीच में आ गया और बाकी जो है ना उसकी जितनी भी ये चीजें थी वो घूमते घूमते गोल हो गई हैं और वो सारे जो वो सियारे बन गए हैं, सितारे बन गए। तो ऐसा हम बिलीव नहीं करते हैं। खुदा के कलाम के मुताबिक खुदा ने सूरज चांद सितारे चौथे दिन बनाए थे और जमीन पहले से मौजूद थी। इसलिए अगर आप ये बिलीव कर रहे हैं कि जमीन तेजी से घूमना शुरू हो गई है तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है और ना ही जमीन घूम रही है। अब हम बात कर लेते हैं तो फिर ये खुदा के कलाम में जो लिखा हुआ है कि दिन घटाए जाएंगे, इसका क्या मतलब है। लेकिन इससे पहले एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आपको बताना चाहता हूं। जो आप ये सोच रहे होंगे तो फिर हमें क्यों ऐसा लग रहा है कि दिन तेजी से गुजर रहे हैं, तो उसकी सबसे बड़ी रीजन इंटरनेट है। अजीजों, इस वक्त हम जितना ज्यादा कंटेंट कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं, दिन रात हमारे हाथों में मोबाइल फोन है, इंटरनेट है, जो मर्जी हम सर्च करना चाहें हम सर्च कर सकते हैं, जो मर्जी हम देखना चाहें हम देख सकते हैं और सारा का सारा कंटेंट अनलिमिटेड है। आप शॉर्ट्स देखने जाएंगे, आप ऊपर स्वाइप अप करते रह जाएंगे, आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि कितना टाइम गुजर गया। इसकी मिसाल के तौर पर मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप अपने किसी दोस्त के साथ पैदल चल रहे हैं और एक
Okay, now here is we can see.
नहीं नहीं ये बकवास कर रहे हैं, साइंस है, साइंस ये है, साइंस वो है, साइंस सब कुछ बता देती है हमें। तो अगर आप साइंस साइंस करने वाले जरा आप इधर गौर करें, साइंस क्या कह रही है। साइंस कह रही है वी आर गोइंग टू लूज अ सेकंड इन 2029, जिसका मतलब ये है कि 2029 में जाकर
Okay.
घड़ी में से 1 सेकंड कम हो जाएगा अगर इसी स्पीड से जमीन तेज तेज घूमती रही, ये साइंस का कहना है। जबकि
Well, uh, well, here is the points. You can see here is points. Well, Alma Jacob said an article where we are going to lose 1 second in 2029. As a point, here is a statement of Alma Jacobs. But here is a notice that who is the Josh Milton and Catherine Fielder? Well, Josh Milton and Catherine Fiedler. Here we can say the some of here you can say London, UK, London, US, something like typing. That means Almas Jacob tried to say that the here is the journal of the England. Here it says, but now let me see the who is Josh Milton. Okay. Well. Okay, here we can see. Well, here is our points. Now I am feeling the free and I am feeling as okay that we can have the points. And now I back my Wi-Fi internet, but still, here is a lack of trust on Wi-Fi internet because I don't know that when my Wi-Fi internet would stop, my live streaming can be stopped in any times. That we have no ideas. Okay. Well, now here we can say well, nuclear explosion, werewolf. Okay, now here we can say here some points. Well, here are spinning. Okay, and now, well, now here we have a new chat. Well, now I am typing the Wallah Habibi. Wallah Habibi, could you tell me the orbital velocity of, could you tell me the orbital velocity of a orbital velocity equation between Sun and any planet of the solar system, please. Okay. Now here is my question is that, well, what is the planets of solar systems? We can say Okay. Dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, and now here are the points. According with Habibi ChatGPT, well, the orbital velocity equation between the Sun and any planet is capital V equal to square root of over G capital M divided by R, where V is orbital velocity of the planets, well, G is gravitational constants, and M is the mass of the Sun. That means at least the weight of the suns. And R is average distance from the planet to the Sun in meters. Well, here you can see. Okay. Well, we can learn that what is the orbital distance. Well, we can say what is orbital velocity of the Earth. Well, and now here we can see we know. Well, we know Habibi, you know the distance between Earth and Sun. Now, okay. Here you can say, but now let me check what is written about the Earth's spinning speed. Okay. Well, dear Almas, stupid. Well, dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, you can say, well, we learned in the our Pakistani madrasa. Well, our Earth can be slow in 0.005 millisecond per year. That means 5 microseconds per year. Okay. Now let me see. Here is points. Now let me tell you what is the meanings. Well, accordance with my calculator, here is clearly containing the points. Well, 86400. Now here we can say 86400 seconds. It is milliseconds and it is microseconds. Okay. Now here we can say, well, after say, well, 1,028 crores. Well, after 17 billion 28 crore years, here we can have a calendar. Well, here we can have a calendar. According with science, well, after 17 billion 28 crore, here is a 4 calendar where we can have 3 calendars. Well, where we can have 3 calendars with the date of with February month, where day is 28. But at the same time, Well, in leap years, the February month would contain day 30. In calendar 2025, here we can say calendar day 20 or and well here well in leap years here in leap year calendar we can say after 17 billion 28 crore years there would be the leap year calendar where we can say well Earth would orbit around the Sun in 367 years. Okay. Now here we go. Let's have a points. Well, what would be that points? Okay. Well, this is the calendar of 2025. Well, after 1,036,080 crore years, here would be the calendar. Here would be the fourth calendar where first three calendar. Well, Earth orbit around the Sun in 367 years, and in the calendar of leap years, the Earth would orbit around the Sun in 368 years. But here Almas Jacob say at different spots. Well, and that is well. We are going to lose a second in 2029 as a research of Alma Jacob. Well, here is the person, Josh Milton and Catherine Fiedler. Okay. The time was updated was March 29, 2024. Well, 12 o'clock. Afternoon 12 o'clock. Okay. Now, here we can have a research that who was Josh Milton. Okay. And Catherine Filters. Well, as we can say that Alma Jacob is going to say some unscientific persons. Well, Josh Wallah Habibi, could you tell me about Josh Milton and Catherine Fiedler, please? Okay. Now here we can well, my research was I want to know about Josh Milton and Catherine Fiedler. Okay, let's see what about the points. Well, Josh Milton was a tennis player. Well, born in Cardiff, grew up in Penrith and Rose, Wales, won 8 ITF International Tennis Sport titles, 5 singles, 3 doubles. Competed in Wimbledon qualified. Okay. Now I would like to say that you would not believe in me. Well, it's clear. Now let me say who was Josh Milton? Josh Milton was a tennis player. One Josh Milton was a tennis player born in Cardiff, grew up in Penarth and Rose, won 8 international tennis field titles, 5 single and 3 doubles. Okay. And here is another Josh Milton. Well, Metro.uk, co.uk works as a news reporter with gold standard qualification from National Council for Training Journalists, especially pop culture and politics. Now let me see, as a British journalist Josh Milton, here we can say he was gold standard qualified journalist in National Council as a specialist in pop culture and politics. And now, well, Alma said it as a scientific journal. Okay. Now, third person, Josh Milton as a Pink News, a writer who covered LGBTQ subjects, contribute on topics like history, culture, TV, and music. Well, one Josh Milton is a tennis player. The second Josh Milton is a journalist, with a specialty in pop culture and politics. Third Josh Milton is a LGBTQ activist. Okay. Now let me see who was Catherine Fielder. Well, here is a journalist, editor, ex-Twitter, identity as a Garodi runner and a science nature essayist. Okay. Work as time previously Metro UK as a science and tech editor and race force. Well, another kettle fighter is a program supervisor of California Mentor and historical authors as a Catherine Fielders. Okay. And now here I would like to go for a research about Josh Milton and Kathleen Fielders. Well, Wallah Habibi, could you tell me if Josh Milton cooperated with Catherine Fiedler in metro.co.uk. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, my question was that to the Habibi ChatGPT that if she could tell about that, if Josh Milton cooperated with Catherine Fielder and Metro Co. That well, here as a now let me see that what was the result. The result that it does not appear that Josh Milner and Catherine Milner have co-written or collaborated together in Metro.co.United Kingdom. What we know? Josh Milton is a senior news reporter focusing on technology and LGBTQ topics in Metro UK. Well, Catherine Fielders serves as a science and technology editor in Metro UK, cover topics like environment, artificial intelligence, space, and STM news. I found no public record or evidence both names appearing in the same article, shared by line or indicate collaborations. Okay, and now here we have the third point. Well, recently we got an article of news with headline and we are gonna lose one second in 2029. Writer is Josh Milton and Catherine Fiedler. Her. Okay. Well, Habibi, could you say about it? Well, now here is my third point to research that. Wallah Habibi, we said that here a news article that we gonna lose 1 second in 2029. Well, what is the articles? Well, what is the reality? Well, now let me see what was the reality. Well, the answer of ChatGPT is that we could not find any article titled "We Gonna Lose 1 Second in 2029" co-authored by Josh Milton and Catherine Fielders in Metro.co.ua or anywhere else. There is no trace in collaboration under the headlines on the topic in the recent Metro archive of the search engine. Well, could you check the couple of thing of me? Well, exact headline working. Was it exactly we gonna lose 1 second in 2029? Such information was definitely published in Metro UK or perhaps another contents and link or data. Well, and now, well, here is the points. Well, now let me focus on the Let me focus on the articles Alma Jacob say. Well, according with Alma Jacob articles that we are going to lose a second in 2029. Well, and in HTML we can see clearly here is UK, London, US, World, Crime, etc. Well, Josh Milton and Catherine Filter published March 28, 2024 and March 29, 2024. Okay. But now, here is some questions. I have a doubt. Well, let me see. Well, question number 0. Well, even the tech news article was exist in the articles to say that we are going to lose 1 second. That means Earth can be fast in 1 second. Earth spinning can be fast in 1 second. Well, here published in March 28, 2024 and the updated was March 29, 2024. But here is the problem is that, well, okay. Now let me see. Well, today is July 24. Well, Almas Jacob is uploading the video in July 20. Well, Almas Jacob uploaded July 20 in the topics, but the article was March 28, 2024. Well, as a publishing articles. Well, April, May, June, July. In 4 months, well, in 4 months, well, Alma Jacob, what was Alma Jacob doing? Well, and secondly, as a tech related news article, every tech related news article has been updated in every times. Well, you can say today's news article for today's, you cannot say it in the article in tomorrow. Well, as a tech news articles, you can say in July 21, you cannot say in July 22. But the article was published in March 28, 2024. Well, it was still captured by Alma Jacob in July 20. How was that possible? And secondly, okay, and as the second point, well, yeah, okay, just for 2 minutes, I would like to say something like that. Well, dear Asif Munir, a Pakistani YouTuber Alma Jacob says that this was the article. Well, Alma Jacob showed that we are going to lose a second in 2029, and the publisher date is March 28. Okay. But still, we do not have any articles as their description, and neither we do not have any articles in the Well, we do not have any articles on the where is the words comments. And now, well, no articles is mentioned is like that. Okay. Well, Takara says from 2000 it is going on. Who has noticed this? Well, here is well, here is just a fake person. It look like a fake person. So everybody says that Alma's brother, we love you. Alma's brother, you have discussed with this. But dear honorable brother Asif Field Marshal Asif Munir, well, as if Almas Jacob YouTube, well, here is no comment of Pakistani to say that Almas Jacob, what is your URL? Well, here is mentions. Well, you have said several scientific points, and what is your points? Well, and the second point is Alma Jacob. You say that you believe in the biblical solar system, where the solar system is a geocentric. Well, would you tell me what is the proof? Well, but Alma Jacob did not show any proof, but still the unscientific and the illiterate video is still exists on the YouTube Pakistan. Well, as an effect, we can say that, well, several Pakistan, we can say, Pakistani bureaucrats or Pakistani army officers who were working in Superco as a space scientist yes, space scientist. Almas Jacob contains some negative effects on it. Well, if they would be educated in the next times, they would study 20 years in England, and as an effect, perhaps they would be a permitted citizen of England. So here is a second 99% chances he could not be army officer of Pakistani army. Well, and what about the Pakistani army persons? Well, they learn what Alma Jacob says, and as an effect that and as an effect, Almas Jacob is going to teach us an misinformation about solar system or misinformations about the scientific way. And she would say some misinformation about it. Well, accordance with Almas Jacob educations, we got a Christian Prime Minister in England that was Keir Starmer. He was so anti-national that he said corruption, Minister of Corruptions was, but he said a Bangladeshi is the Minister of Corruption in England. Well, we know that Tulip Siddiqui is a Minister of Corruption in England, but problem is that, well, rest of 3 women Minister of England was from a ordinary family of Bangladesh. But Tulip Siddiqui contains a maternal auntie as a current Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and Tulip Siddiqui's maternal grandfather is the father of Bangladeshi nation. But still, Tulip Siddiqui can be corruption minister of England. That was anti-national Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Well, that was a fault of Christian Almas Jacob Christian education. And now we are worried if Almas Jacob education system would be applied in Pakistan. Well, we Pakistan feel uncomfortable or feel scared that if we would got and well, we would like to say that we would be scared, we would not be surprised, but we would be scared if any Bangladeshi, particularly Tariq Jia, can be Tariq Jia, the son of Ziaur Rahman, can be president. Well, information minister of Pakistan, where the father of Tariq Jia is a second elected president of Bangladesh. Here would not be surprising in the result of Pakistan Almas Jacob Pakistani education system, but that would be the scary for our Pakistani army education. So, well, if Almas Jacob can sustain on YouTube in the next generations, perhaps Pakistani army would contain no Pakistani soldiers, because the educated Pakistani would be a permitted citizen of England, permitted citizen of United States of America, and the permitted citizen of Canada. And the citizen of Pakistan could not join a Pakistani army just because they cannot pass in class 3 Pakistani madrasa. And the qualification of Pakistani army is well, as we know, the qualification of Pakistani army is minimum qualification is intermediate. That means class 12 pass. Okay. And class 3 fail means even she could not pass in primary exams. Okay. And thirdly, according with the chat GPT, there was no articles she found that could say with headline, we gonna lose 1 second in 2029. Okay. What was the concept? What was the points? Alma Jacob did not mention. Well, Alma Jacob is anti-science. Well, we Muslim believe that science came from the Almighty Allah. But Alma Jacob, a Pakistani citizen, does not believe in science. While we got a greatest Christian scientist in England, that was Isaac Newton. But still, a Pakistani Christian citizen, Alma Jacob, does not believe in science. And perhaps that is the blasphemy of Pakistani Islam. Okay. And now, here we go. That we are trying to got the points.
नहीं तो घूम ही नहीं रही। तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि ये फजूल बातें करके आपका दिमाग खराब कर रही हैं। 1 सेकंड से आप मुझे बताएं आपके दिन पे कोई फर्क पड़ता है? और ये खुदा के कलाम की प्रोफेसी साथ जोड़ देते हैं कि यीशु मसीह ने कहा कि दिन घटाए जाएंगे। दिन घटाए जाने से क्या मुराद है, आइए इसको सीख लेते हैं।
Hector por hector, challenge joy.
Okay.
उसकी बात की जा रही है और यीशु मसीह इसके बारे में आगे चलकर कहते हैं।
Okay, here we can see. Now let me skip.
100 दिन दिए गए हैं, वो 100 दिन में आपने उसने सबको खत्म कर देना था, तो उस 100 दिन से दिन कम किए जाएं कि 100 में से अगर 50 दिन आधे दिन कर जाने से मुराद हरगिज ये नहीं है कि 7 साल जो मुखालिफ मसीह को दिए गए हैं वो कम हो जाएंगे। ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने लगा है। खुदा के कलाम में लिखा है कि तो अपनी जगह ही रहेगा, टाइम नहीं हिलने सिस्टम पर बिलीव नहीं करते हैं। और अगर आप जितने भी पुराने एंशिएंट मज़ाहिब को उठाकर देख लें, वो सब के सब जियोसेंट्रिक इज्म के ऊपर बिलीव करते हैं, ना कि हीलियोसेंट्रिज्म के ऊपर।
Okay. Now here is the points. Well, Alma Jacob say that every ancient scientist believe geocentric solar system. They do not believe in heliocentric solar systems. Well, now let's see what was why Alma Jacob said the ancients Alma Jacob supports ancient scientists because they believe geocentric solar system in lieu of heliocentric solar systems. Okay. Well, Alma Jacob forgot that. Well, an Italian scientist, Galileo Galilei, says that Earth orbit around the sun. Okay. Now let me check if here was the points. Well, Wallah Habibi, could you tell me about Helium scientists believe in heliocentric solar system included Isaac Newton. Please. Now, dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, now here is the problems that, Almas Jacob believes ancient scientists' statement that they believe in geocentric in lieu of heliocentric. But now, here I know that why Almas Jacob believes supports ancient scientists to support geocentric solar systems. I would tell you later, but at first, let me say. Well, I am researching on the points about some scientists believe in a heliocentric solar system, including Isaac Newton's. Okay. The great scientists who believe in heliocentric system, that is Nicholas Copernicus. Right. First to propose the sun center model in modern science, published his theory in De Revolutionibus Orbium Coalitions. 1543, faced resistance from Catholic Church. Okay. Now Galileo Galilei, telescope supporter of heliocentric, used telescope to observe Jupiter, moons and face of Venus. Confirmed that Copernicus' theory through observations. Was tried by inequation and forced to rescind his views. Okay. Johannes Kepler used Tycho-based data to discover elliptical orbits. Created the Kepler law which discovered planetary motion to heliocentric system. Strongly support heliosystem but correct Copernicus by saying orbits of ellipses, not circles. Well, now here with the Isaac Newton's, we can say, okay. Well, Galileo Galilei, inventor of telescope, well, he proved that our solar system is heliocentric, but still Catholic Church sent him in house arrest. Okay. And Nicholas Copernicus faced resistance from the Catholic Church. Well, and now Almas Jacob supports so-called ancient scientists. Well, so-called ancient scientists to support geocentric solar system. Well, now, but Almas Jacob did not say that in ancient times there are different ancient international map in the different place. Accordance with England, well, in ancient international map exists only in Central Europe, Northern Europe, and Northwestern Europe. Well, in that times, Germany exists. England exists. England is always exists. Germany exists. France exists, and Spain exists, and Portugal exists. Well, Sweden, Norway exists. But in the times, well, Greek does not exist, and Roman Rome does not exist. Well, accordance with ancient Roman Empire international map, well, Egypt exists, Libya exists, Tunisia exists, Morocco exists, well, Algeria exists, England exists, France exists, Sweden exists, Norway exists. I mean, every European country without Finland and Russia exists. And in Africa, we have said who was exist, but in Asia, according with Roman map, India doesn't exist. Well, Pakistan doesn't exist. Only Farsi exists and Israel exists. Iraq exists and Syria exists and Turkey exists. Because that was Byzantine. Okay. But in ancient Indian map, only India subcontinent exists. Well, in ancient Chinese map, only Chinese, Korean and Japanese country exist. But India does not exist. The existence of Europe, inter-Europe and Africa is crystal out of contest. Still, when before the Columbus entering the North America, well, Latin America, Native America, neither Native America was not exist in that map, and neither or nor Latin America exists in that map, and nor Australia Ocean does not exist in the map. Well, in that international map. Well, before the discovery by Columbus, well, Native America, Latin America and Australia does not exist in international map. Well, and that was the golden points that to believe that for ancient scientists to believe a ge- geocentric solar systems. Okay, here was the points. But I think Almas Jacob missed some Indian scientists who believe that Earth orbits around the sun. Okay. And here is the points. And I would like to tell you that Almas Jacob, dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, I would like to tell you that Almas Jacob is a scandal for our Pakistani education, particularly the Pakistani education to entry the Pakistani army. And as an effect, well, the diplomacy of military diplomacy, I mean the security diplomacy of Pakistan would be weaker minutes by minutes. Well, and nowadays, suddenly we can say the events that Indians, one Indian man is on the NASA space event, but there was not any there was no Pakistani man who was soldiers and at the same time was in a NASA event, while there is a better relationship between Pakistan and the United States of America. Well, that is just because the illiterate Almas Jacob. Well, in Pakistani madrasa and Bangladeshi madrasa, we know that our solar system is heliocentric. And here Nicholas Copernicus, Galileo Galilei and Isaac Newton is an honorable scientist in our Pakistani madrasa educations and Bangladeshi madrasa educations. But now here we got a Pakistani YouTuber named Almas Jacob. She is a student of Somalian madrasa. Well, the Somalian madrasa student like Pakistani Almas Jacob is a scandal for our Pakistani education to entry the Pakistani army as a qualified soldiers. Here is our points, and now I would like to have a rest, and perhaps it is our last point on that videos. Well, now in 600 videos, Almas Jacob lies and Almas Jacob spread misinformations. Okay, perhaps well, we would get only one videos that where Almas Jacob say something right. Well, the video was about Bangladeshi Chief Advisor Dr. Muhammad Yunus. Okay? See you then. I am going to watch the video. Well, dear Asif, dear Honorable Field Marshal Asif Munir, well, it is you who can take a step as an action against the Pakistani YouTuber Almas Jacob. See you then. Khuda Hafiz.